Den.Social. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain. Mine 10 blocks on a blockchain. My ETH father for the got paid. These dragons selling like they hotcakes. We go to the moon like we don't got breaks. If you want to transact on a marketplace, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain. Dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain. Mine 10 blocks on a blockchain. My ETH father for the got paid. These dragons selling like they hotcakes. We going to the moon like we don't got breaks. If you want to transact on a marketplace, dragon chain, dragon chain, dragon chain. My ETH costs more than your rent. I saw my life savings get a 10. Dragons get the hottest coming next. Me and Joe Rose make a bet. All this shit seem new to me. Fix a blockchain with security. Keeping data safe is the fluency. How could you not fuck with the company?
Oh yes, and it is a good morning indeed. I found that song and had to play it for the intro this morning.
It's one of the best intros. I had to show Jackie for a second. That was
so. Good morning, denizens. It is Wednesday again. Well, it's good morning if you're in the U.S., I guess. If you're in Tokyo, good evening. I hope you sleep well tonight. And if you're in England, I like tea. I hope yours was good. And we'll get on with it. We've got Gravity Crab and T Swift or Die. My buddy John's joining us this morning. How you doing, John?
I'm having a great day. I'm a morning person, so
Makes
y'all
one
are,
of us.
that is
y'all are
the
gonna-
absolute opposite.
y'all are gonna have a good day.
Oh yeah, that sounds fantastic. That's exactly what I need because I'm
From my coffee cocktail I made a coffee cocktail this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like for real? Like how do you make that? Let's just start with that. Good morning,
what is
denizens. This is how you make a coffee cocktail for the morning. If you happen
love
to be
how-
a morning person,
Can we
I
get a
love how
visual?
before we started, you were like, "Hey, by the way, we're gonna talk about some Den stuff first, and then we can go and talk about other things." You're like, "No,
that's true. But you came right in with coffee cocktail, and this is coffee with Den, and coffee is a big part of the name. So
Okay.
that
And we're already off the rails, but let's go for it.
I'm going to assume that John works night shifts and he's just getting off of work so he can
Me?
make himself a drink.
Oh,
Yeah?
I don't have a job."
That's also acceptable.
No, I'm a student on top of
Okay.
it. But no, yeah, I just so basically what's super cool about coffee cocktails is that like when you shake espresso, it gets foamy on itself.
Yes.
So like normally with like cocktails, to get that like nice froth in it, you have to add egg whites.
Oh, that's
It's
gross
kinda-
though.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It tastes fine, but like
It does taste fine, surprisingly.
And
Like
if
I've
you-
tried it, and
Yeah.
it was weird how good it was
It's
because I
not
knew
right.
there was raw egg whites in there.
but if you don't do it right, it kind of like fucks it up a little bit.
I
And
probably
so-
had a not do it right time.
Yeah, it's so like I got this delicious like frothy drink, and I just use like cold brew, a little bit of whiskey, Bailey's.
Whiskey and Bailey's.
I was gonna say there's both in there. Okay.
Yeah, the whiskey's
Okay.
more. The whiskey's like a half a shot. Honestly, it's more for like flavor to round out the creaminess and the sweetness of the Bailey's.
I was going to say, I can see maybe the earthy, oaky whiskey flavor working in there. If you do it right, if you're a mixologist. Is that what they call that?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a thing.
mixologist.
Cool. A
Uh,
mixologist.
It's more
Fancy
like
bartender.
It's more like
That sounds like a made up word.
mixologist.
Yeah, that sounds like, oh, I'm a fireologist. It's just like the word ologist.
No, what you've just done is invented a profession. Somebody who just studies fire all day long to a point
Yeah.
where they can look at a building that's burning and know exactly what kind of water you need.
Fireologist. Not a fireman. You're a fireologist.
Just a fireologist.
Yeah.
I guess
So-
I did just describe a fireman.
Fireologist sounds like a profession in like a low K, in like the first edition of RuneScape. Like, it's like, oh, you're gonna class into a profession. What are you gonna do?
Not even a firemancer, like a fireologist. He has to
Yeah.
study first.
It's just
Yeah.
like WoW, like 0.2, like the beta version of WoW, just like fireologist or magic man.
The only
It's a
WoW I ever
man,
played
yeah.
was that first, not the beta version, but the first, like
Vanilla,
before Burning Crusades came out. Like I stopped at Burning Crusades and didn't have any experience after that.
I borrowed it from the internet a long time ago, got bored, and that was about it.
I didn't get bored. I played way too much and had to quit so that I could do shit like finish my fence.
That's the way it goes. Like other people either are able to be like, nah, this was all right for like a week, and then there's people that cannot stop. Like my Dakota, a friend of ours,
Yep.
was really big into WoW for a while.
That's me. That's why I get into these like single player games so much now, because the multiplayer ones just, I mean, the single player ones suck me in too. But yeah, World
is
of
why our
Warcraft
fans
was a
do.
problem.
So, quick question: what's an LCP? What's an
That's
LCP?
a great question, because I was figuring out how to segue into it, and you sort of just did that
Well
for me.
done.
Boom, boom. Need a sound effect, a soundboard. So right, so an LCP, and this is something that this is why I'm glad that you're here. For one of the reasons I'm glad that you're here, John, is because you don't know much about Den or blockchain. So like the questions would be probably things that I would forget that needed to be asked. So anything like that, it ain't a stupid question. It's actually what we're here to talk about. And an LCP happens every month. And it's a way to make new layers. And a layer is just like a forum for a community, like a sub forum or a sub den inside of Den. Some people like to think of it like a what do you call it? A subreddit on Reddit.
Subreddit.
You know, it's sort of that concept. I don't like to use Reddit as an example for a few reasons, but that's a good example as far as how it's organized. But what's different from that is you can't just willy-nilly make yourself a new layer. You have to propose it, and then people have to vote on it. And then if it wins the month's contest, then it gets created for free. If it's a runner-up, you can pay a fee to create it. Or if you're just a business who wants to start a layer for whatever purpose, you can just pay it outright to make one. So those are the three ways we make layers. Most of them are made through the LCP. So if you click on the LCP button, I wanted to look over what's up because today voting opened up. The way that we do it is we'll have a week of proposals where people can go and propose new layers. Hey, I want an improv layer, for example, John, right? Let's say you wanted a layer for your improv business where you teach improv and you talk about improv and you have a specific, you make it into your own forum for interfacing with your friends and colleagues and anybody in your class, etc. And it's a place where people are not going to be, monetized against their will. They're not going to be taken, and sold to advertisers. There's not any advertising. And more importantly, you are able to do things like get the community to decide what's most important to them without you having to spend all the time trying to figure it out. So there's a bunch of tools that you can use, like voting on stuff and just voting on posts in general that'll like make the cream rise to the top, or maybe the most pressing question that your community has rise to the top, and basically keep the spam and stuff pushed down to the bottom is the idea. So that's a layer, and that's what the LCP is.
So how do you have a share of a layer?
Cool. So if you look at, so this is the page where you can go to vote on stuff.
Because I know you, Dave. You don't own a motorcycle. You don't drive. Do you? I don't know. Have you been on?
My share? When I was a kid, yeah. My dad had. Actually, I've been on a couple of motorcycles. My little brother had an RX-80 dirt bike, and I usually opted for the four-wheeler because it had more wheels. It didn't fall over. And my dad had a Yamaha, like a hog. It was a big. What do you call the big motorcycles? The biker bikes. The not a Harley, but like that style.
Oh god,
beefy bike.
Like
anyway, it had the sissy bars on the back.
Like
it was kind of a chopper, a little bit like a chopper,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like it wasn't a flashy one. It was a Yamaha.
I would just call it a motorcycle. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a motorcycle then. Anyway, I rode on the back of that and held onto the bars for a while. But no, I've never been into motorcycles. However, you can see that there's 44 people here that are into motorcycles. So even if I didn't care to necessarily like be highly involved, I chipped in so that I can have almost 2% of ownership of that layer. And what that means is I get 1.8% of the revenue that the owners get for managing a layer. We can talk about that separately, but your question more to the point was, how do you get that, right? So lore is a token that you get just for participating on Den, just like MTR or Matter is. The difference is you directly earn Matter as a reward which is the top right up here on my screen. And if you just leave that matter sitting in there, it automatically starts farming lore for you, which means you get, I say farming, that's kind of a crypto term. What it is it's a behavioral rewards system. And so it rewards you for behaviors that the platform deems desirable. So things like hanging on to matter, earning more matter, participating to earn more matter so you can earn lore. And the theory is if you give people this lore for participating, rewarding the people that are acting like they want, to build something with us here, then those people can go and throw the lore tokens into these proposals. And when you do that, each lore is one vote, and you can vote as many times as you want. That's how you get things like 44 voters who have voted 1.4 million times. Each of them votes. For example, I signaled 26,000 lore. I committed 26,000 lore. So I have 26,000 tokens of ownership of this layer. So I can do things like propose changes to the banner and the avatar. I can do things like just general questionnaires, propose that. And more importantly, I can vote on things that other people propose, right? So if you don't have one of these lot tokens as an owner, you cannot vote on things like what the new banner looks like or where we should go for dinner or whatever that is. And you can get those outside of this, but this is the main process for getting those when it's created in the first place. So I've already voted on motorcycles. So I wanted to look what else is down here.
Hey, what else
David,
is
have you
here?
scrubbed through these at all?
I'm going through them right now, actually. I'm looking at collectibles.
And this runs until next week, and the winner wins, and the losers.
I haven't actually voted on anything yet. I haven't really.
Wait till next time. I've voted on a lot of stuff. Actually, since the lore is internal now, instead of having to pay Ethereum fees, which we used to have to do, this is one I want to preppers.
The preppers one is cool.
Yeah. I've started going down and just finding things that may not win this time, right, this month. But as we saw with the Elon Musk layer, that had been around for a few months, and then all of a sudden it won, one of the rounds. So I'll go down to the bottom to some of the less popular ones, and I'll just throw a few lore in. And I was going to say especially, but then I was reading the word conspiracy, so I said asparacy.
Asparacy.
Especially like the ones that are way down, like towards the bottom. You have like one unique voter, so it's not pushed up much in either case. But even if something had 3 lore, okay, not 3 lore. Even if something had like 100 lore, and there was 40 unique voters, that might still win because one of the categories is not by top votes, but by unique voters. So you can switch if you're looking for layers. It looks like motorcycles got both categories right now.
Yeah, but advice is still there. So I'm telling you, the
would
motorcycles,
really
they
like to
start
see
out hot at
advice.
the beginning. It's going to go down. I put my money in advice.
I think, yeah. So you know what? So advice might win, but I think motorcycle might win also. So advice could still beat out motorcycle. So it's 1.2 million, right? So 200,000 lore is not that much. It sounds like a lot, but people get them for free, and you can buy them if you want, and they're like fractions of a penny each.
I didn't even
So
realize
it's
how many
very
I had until just now.
plausible that could win out. But it's not going to. You're not going to probably by the end of the round, you're not going to get enough people to beat it out from the unique voter side. So if you want the advice, I would say, bump that up to like 1.8 if you can get some people to throw in on it. We just opened this phase, so it's very possible.
I'm going to throw in a little bit on that Stellaris layer because I think we're going to play that here in the future.
That did look cool. Yep.
Does your lore roll over every week?
Yeah. So if you see how I have a bunch of stuff in here already, like your share 1.5, 4%. I've here and there I've thrown in a little bit of votes on a lot of these that didn't win, just so that eventually when they do win, I'll have some votes in there on it, and I'll be have some lot.
You could always go in and throw
some
more
of those
later, I
tokens.
assume, right?
But what's that? Yeah, you can throw
Yeah,
more
you can
in.
always vote in a little higher later when you've got more too.
You can also pull them out. There's a certain period where it's locked, like after the voting is done and before the layers are created, we lock that. But otherwise, you can pull it back out and move it somewhere else for the voting if you change your mind. So
This is the one.
Pretty
Internet
flexible.
Wonders is the one that I want desperately.
oh
to
yeah,
win.
I'm gonna bring yours up.
I'm just throwing all of my lore at stuff.
You got yours up on your
yeah, I've got
screen?
it up at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we looked at this one last week. When
Oh,
we
we
were looking at
did. That's right.
proposals.
Yeah.
I just think this is such a cool place. So I just went in there and threw the last of what I had. And this is a good example because since it's not that high up at the moment, I only threw in what I had left from a different one.
Yeah.
And it gave me 30%.
Boom. See, there you go. So it
So if
depends
this
on.
one becomes a thing at some point, I'll have a
you
pretty
could
good
see,
percentage of it.
yeah, or you could see that it gets really popular and your percentage goes down to like 3% instead of 30% because a bunch of more people jump
Which is
in.
fine. That would be great, actually, having that many people interested in it.
How much is it? How do you buy a layer? Like if I was just like, you know what? I don't want anybody having any say in my little domain of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to own 150% of it.
Yeah.
How do I do this?
Yeah, I'll show you exactly. So there's a difference. There's a major difference between. Oh gosh, look at all the gavels.
Yeah. Because
I forgot
I'm
we
ready
added
to
that.
buy myself something stupid for Christmas.
Really?
Like an internet layer.
Dope. I'll sell you half of the Gainesville layer. So here's what I did with Gainesville is I did exactly that.
My screen's still up.
Oh shoot, thank you for the reminder. So I went outside of LCP and I purchased did a business to business deal with Den to launch the Gainesville layer. And what that means is you pay a fee, and I think at the time it was 1 Ether. I don't know what the fee is today, if that's still the same. I know we changed the fee structure on something else, and we may have done it to make it matter based on Den 2, but I'm not 100% on that. But I paid a fee, which is, one thing that LCP is different is that it doesn't require a fee as long as you win. The other difference is I get to arbitrarily decide how many lot I need. And lot is those ownership tokens I was talking about. So one lot would have been one lore vote, right? Because they're exchanged 1-to-1 if it wins. So I send them the lore as if I'm voting, and that lore gets converted into lot. And then I own those tokens. So then anything that even though it's, if you look at the way that governance is being done right now, it's decentralized. But since I own all of this, if I propose a governance issue, it'll just be accepted right away. It acts because, now I'm a dictator. I own everything. My reason for having this layer is actually so that I can give those tokens out to people like you and David and John and everybody at the shows that I'm going to be doing in January. And this is going to be the hub for organizing just a series of events and things in Gainesville. So yeah, you basically just contact Den, email them, hey, I want a layer. How much? Here's what I want. And then we'll make it happen. We'll tell you the rules and, what you have to send over, how many lore and all that stuff, and make it happen.
There's a lot of cool things you could do with that now that I'm thinking about it.
There is, yeah.
You could have like a little hub for your business for like all your little employees and stuff to have a little community to talk.
Oh yeah,
like
there's
that.
private layers too. So you can have a layer that's not, it's not a part of, and like nobody can see it. It's invite only. It's not a part of the economy. Those private layers don't compete against everyone else because that would be unfair.
Of course.
But you can do that too. There's a few private layers. So like if you wanted to, like literally just have the mechanics of organizing a forum, but without letting anyone outside of your company see it. Like if it's we have one that's an NDA layer, right? So that we can organize things, or like early Den stuff that's not published yet, so we can try it out, or things like that. So yeah, a few different things. Thanks for asking that question. I hope I didn't take too long answering it. I also want the gardening layer though.
Who do I send an email to? Do I just go at den@gmail.com? Or what do I do here?
That's not the email.
No,
the
I
email.
hope not.
Son of a bitch.
What is the email? You know what?
Your hacker skills didn't
look-
get you there this time.
Let me throw a little bit on the gardening layer real quick, and I want to show you. Oh, I already have.
Is it dave.den.@gmail.com? Like, what am I doing here?
All right. I'm going to vote
I might see
some
if
more on gardening because we're starting to get more gardening people. I want them to have a layer. And then I'll show you. So if you go to settings, we have this brand new button called Den FAQ.
Settings. Den FAQ.
Yeah. So this thing here is linkable. So like I could send you a link to a certain question or whatever. But there's a bunch of stuff in here. Like it's dense. There's a lot of stuff going on with Den. But if you want to learn about tipping, if you want to learn about tagging, if you want to learn about bloop, 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 let's see. Where is welcome to
I got
Den.
it. So it's like how to buy a layer or some shit was in here.
Yeah. Layer creation process. Here we go. If my layer doesn't win, can I buy a layer of my own? Boom. There we go. That didn't go to the right spot. Oh, it's right there. It did go to the right spot. So, and then here you have info@den.social is the email address.
Info
you can email
at
that.
No
Den.social.
Gmail. The Gmail part's just not there.
Okay.
Right.
It was just a shot in the dark, you know, like most people. I don't know if you know this, but like if you ever want to email like John Legend, his email is just johnlegend@gmail.com.
You'd be surprised how many people that, or like a number after it, like the year they were born or something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty common.
That's true. Mark Zuckerberg's is weird. Mark Zuckerberg is Marky Zuck 72@gmail.com.
Because
Yo,
he's,
Marky
trying to
Z.
he's trying to sound more like a human and not a weird robot man.
That's exactly. It's like what a robot would name themselves to sound more human to other humans.
During that time he said that he went and hunted a cow.
No.
There was a live stream he did where he was making a steak, and he said something along the lines of, "It tastes better when you kill it yourself," which insinuates that he went hunting for a cow.
Oh, I mean, I've been cow tipping. I grew up in the woods.
It's like, did somebody
But I don't
tell
know if
them in
that's
their
the same
programming
thing.
that that's not normal human behavior? We just don't go out and kill cows in the woods for meat.
Can you pay? If I paid somebody else to kill it for me, does that still count as me hunting?
That's called a butcher.
That's going to the store.
It's the transitive property of hunting, okay?
Yeah.
We need a layer just for this. It's killing cows, but somebody else kills it for you. Is that hunting?
Like, is the frozen beef in my freezer, like, am I a mighty hunter because I bought it? Probably not.
All right.
You hunted
quick
it with a
question.
check.
Can we set up a poll?
God, I hope not. Somebody paid for cigarettes at the gas station, not the gas station, at Hitchcock's the other day with a check, and it took like half my lunch break. It was a good time.
Can we set up a poll in like the forum post thing for this episode, asking people if paying somebody else to kill an animal for you, if that's hunting or not?
Probably.
Because like,
You know what? That's a good question because I don't know if I actually have any lot for the Den layer itself. Let me see. Who are the owners? Nope, just Den.
Den owns
Yeah,
Den.
just Den owns Den. Yeah. So I got to get some lot for this. You can't propose until you have lot. But what I can do.
you can't do it within your post.
Well, I can do this. I can
Yeah,
put a
that's
reply
what I
under it, and then people can just reply to that. So what do we want to know?
Oh, but there's no poll, and there's no like.
There's no
polling
poll.
function.
You got to be an owner
Oh.
to do the poll thing.
That'd be sweet if there was like a way for you to just be like, "Yo, real quick, I want to know." Like, I don't want people to type out their answer. I just want them to press a button and tell me what they feel.
All right. So John's curious about killing cows. What do you want to know?
Welcome to Coffee with Den, everyone. John's curious about killing cows.
It sounds like the beginning of a serial killer novel.
Also, good morning, Logan. I've seen your good mornings in here, and I haven't said hi yet.
So what am I asking? If you pay someone to kill a cow for you, does it count?
Does that constitute hunting?
Does that constitute hunting?
Yeah. It doesn't matter how easy the prey is; it's still prey.
Can we
And,
bet
like,
matter on this?
ah.
Dave, I bet you 50 matter
I want
today.
to see if I have any pictures that are appropriate to throw up
Absolutely
there.
not considered hunting.
So what's I've been trying to remember what it is, and I keep forgetting what it is. The Supreme Court decision where like money is free speech. What
Oh,
was the
that's
name?
Citizens United.
Citizens United. Okay, I was forgetting that phrase. So like, yeah, vis-a-vis Citizens United, like money is speech, right? So therefore, is money also hunting?
No,
No,
I don't know.
pay
Like
somebody
my
to
brain makes a lot of
assassinate
weird
you-
connections, but that ain't one of them.
if I
did
pay
you hurt your
somebody-
back with that stretch? Like, Jesus.
Look, if I pay somebody to assassinate somebody else,
Oh, see, I
Now
see.
we
what
could
I still
consider it is money
okay.
murder.
No, what
It's
John's
out
getting
there.
at is if I paid someone to assassinate someone else, I'm still going to be tried for
Yeah, you are
murdering
the
that person.
assassin. Well, no, you're not really the assassin. You're
I
just
mean,
the person that
Charles Manson's in
paid
prison.
for it.
That's all I'm
Right?
saying.
Okay.
All right. He convinced a bunch of people to go kill some people, and he's in jail. So,
Isn't
I
he dead
mean,
now, actually?
I don't think so.
I
No.
think he died. I'm almost positive.
Well, I'll bet you 5 matter that he's alive. Oh, he just went away.
Yeah.
So David will call back in a minute. I'm sure he will. I wanted to page through some of these. I linked this morning. I went through and linked a few topics I wanted to hit up because a few people, not just Crucibles, but a few people have been talking about how to like use matter maybe in the real world or how to find other ways to use it. And it's a good time to talk about it because with tipping open, you don't have to pay fees for it and things like that. And so it's a lot more fluid. And Gravity Crab is back with us. Welcome
Charles
back
Manson
to
dropped me
Coffee
from
with
the
Dan.
internet.
Yeah.
Also, he's dead. Died in 2017.
He died?
Yep, 2017. I should have taken that time to get coffee.
In 17?
Yep, 2017.
No kidding. Huh. I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought, so like he does this thing where he's up for parole and then he's like, no, I don't want to be up for parole. I've lived in here my whole life. I don't know what to do out there. There's nothing for me there. He's not wrong.
So, quick question.
And then they put him back in.
Are those bongs on his counter in the back or no? What do you think?
Me or?
Oh, on the up there?
Yeah.
No, those are my wife collects Murano glass, and they
okay.
all look exactly like bongs, like no
The
question
distance,
about
especially, yeah.
it. The thing over there on the left, though, those are a bunch of old tobacco pipes, which is kind of cool.
So they're bongs,
John-
but for tobacco. Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Sweet.
It's water. No, that's not a bong. It's a water pipe.
Yeah, no, oh yeah. What is it? If it rhymes with Kong, it must be wrong.
John, do you know what an NFT is? Are you
Yeah.
familiar with NFTs?
It's like a gift, but it's cost a lot of money.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
That was
So
pretty
it
much
is
spot on.
It is exactly right. Yeah. So you take what it allows. That's not the correct answer, but it is the most correct answer for the way that NFTs are used today. So that's one of the very good use for it. So if you create a piece of digital art, until now, there's not really been a way to treat that piece of digital art the same as like an analog piece of art. Like it's difficult to counterfeit and copy an analog painting, right? It's more difficult than copy and pasting a JPEG. So what NFT does is it's just a technology for making it to where you can prove that I am the owner of this JPEG, right? If anybody else tries to sell it to you, they're not the owner. They copy and pasted. They copy and pasted my JPEG.
And
So
people
that's
do
what it's
that all
being-
the time. They commission art from people online. Like they'll commission people to do little drawings and things like that. So it's kind of a way to own that instead of just somebody being able to go to your YouTube profile and then right click it and now it's theirs. And I mean, they can, but you can prove that it's not theirs.
And so if you extrapolate that, you can do things like it's programmable money. It's programmable tokens, programmable property. Let's go with that, right? So it's programmable property. And so you can take something like a song that you wrote or produced or a JPEG or whatever, and you can attach royalties to it with no third party, with no like company that handles your royalties. And you can say, all right, every time that this piece of art or this NFT is sold, 10% of the sale price automatically goes back to the wallet of the original creator of the JPEG. So you can start making things that you really do own and you actually do get royalties on. And it could be an improv DVD like from one of your shows. You know what I mean? And you can make that to where you crowdfunded it and everybody who crowdfunded it gets a slice of ownership in the form of a token, an NFT token. And then every time that DVD sells, a percentage gets distributed out accordingly, automatically to people that own it. So stuff like that, really cool. What Crucible is talking about is how to use Den and NFTs to create more utility from Matter. The most recent thing that we did to create more utility for it, I think, was the tipping. I guess the tipping and the farming systems, because both of those use Matter to do something other than just selling the token. And I guess that's that's like the boiled down effort, is like, okay, what else other than selling it for Ether or something can we do with Matter to make it, like more interactive and more fun, and so we don't have to take it off of the site. So any ideas you got about that?
That's actually something that'd be good to throw some thought.
Throw them into Crucible's post here, and we can
I've
talk
got
about
ideas. I've got ideas, buddy.
Well, I mean, how I'm using it already, right? I'm getting people are going to be paying for shows, paying for beer at the bar, buying merch from the band, things like that, and I am providing the, I guess, the business interface for taking care of all the tricky stuff, so people don't even have to know that they're dealing in cryptocurrency at all, kind of thing.
It's just points.
Yeah, it's just points. So that's my take.
Everyone loves free beer.
Everyone does love free beer. Yeah. What are you thinking though, John, about free internet money that you get for just doing what we're doing?
I think people should be incentivized to give it to me.
Yeah.
I think
then post good content on Den.
Yeah, but just without having to do that part though. I think that's the key part.
That's a good point, because you don't actually have to post on Den to earn.
That's
you
true.
can just evaluate other people's posts.
Yeah.
Like,
you can be a janitor.
Yeah, you can. You can go to some place like
the Music Lair.
Well, no, the Music Lair actually got a lot fewer.
These days.
Yeah, it's a lot better because we did that change.
Is the Gaming Lair still?
I tell you what we do. We go to home and we go to the most recent ones, and we just page down until we find something like. I don't know. There's a lot more good posts now.
There's been not a whole ton of garbage lately. Side note.
Pretty happy
I've been
about
kind
that,
of going
yeah.
through it daily.
I wonder if that's because of the new governance features. I wonder if people have been doing that, changing rep, or if it's just naturally.
A lot of the people that have some of the more poppin' layers, I guess we'll put it, do seem to have at least a portion of people in there that come in and govern stuff. So, I mean, they've probably been making changes in the background.
All right. So I
Which
got a
is
question.
Well, I can't find any obviously bad ones right now, but you can vote them up, vote them down, and you get paid.
I'll go hunt for something rough.
I was like trying to like upvote the shit for this thing that I'm currently in.
Yeah, and then
I can't. It won't let me.
Are you subscribed to the Lair?
I thought I was, and then I subscribed again, and it's like, no, we hate you, John. Get out of here.
You want to troubleshoot? Share your screen. We'll troubleshoot live.
Yeah, let's go for it. Dude. That's
you can share my
perfect,
shit.
actually.
Share my shit.
Yeah. Well, it says
Do I have to do it?
Oh, we have. I did not see. Where's internal chat? Okay. Mladezi, if you're still in, I didn't notice that you were down here. Pop something into the private chat. It looks like your mic and cam is not hooked up though. So if you're still in the lobby, Mladezi, get your microphone working. We don't need to see your face. You can just get the mic going if you want to say something, and I'll put you on and we can chat.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I interrupted you though. What you were saying?
My
I just
hat.
didn't notice that.
Thank you. If you don't get to come on, thank you for liking my hat.
Who did I interrupt for that? Because I just
definitely.
interrupted somebody. Doesn't matter.
He was trying to get his screen shared.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. I figured it out. I just had to refresh the page.
Oh, okay.
Because I subscribed and then like it doesn't. I had to like then I guess refresh.
Got you. Okay, so yeah, you do have to be subscribed to be able to vote, and sometimes it takes a second to register.
I thought I was subscribed.
This is a post from Nguma in Den. It's similar to Crucible's post about things about how to use Matter, strengths and weaknesses that he perceives or they perceive. And there's some commentary already, and I would say go and jump into that conversation too. And after the show, I will myself jump in. I think they're both on the Den layer, right? So this is in Den, and then the Crucibles, where were you? Oops, back. There you are. Yeah, both of them in the Den layer. So check those out and comment on it. What else did I want to go through? Commitment phase is open. We got new merch. That's
I
right.
saw those. I need to pick. Okay, I actually need to buy one of those. Can I buy that with Matter? Probably.
I don't think you can right now, but that's a good question, and that would
That
fit
would be
right
cool.
into those 2 posts that we were just on about like what else could we use Matter for. Yeah, we could
Actually,
probably figure
merch
something like
purchasing
that.
would be great. I really like that yellow one, actually.
I mean, I'll sell you one for Matter.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll
Since we
figure
live
that all
close
out.
enough together to where I can do that.
It's
But,
not like I don't see you constantly. It's fine.
I do like that perp. I'm a fan of the purple.
The purple's good. All of them are pretty good. It's nice to have one that's not just red. I'm sure has there been colored ones before?
No, just red. That was
Okay,
the OG one that started off. So there's colors, and there's not just black as well as far as the color goes. Is that heather gray, and then white, and then white. Cool.
Haha.
How
So you
did
got new
you
merch.
wait? Hold on. Did it say it was heather gray, or did
No,
you
I just looked at the picture.
You just identified that as heather.
Do you know what
gray?
heathered? Do you know what heathered means?
Heathered. Okay, I thought you were saying it was like a specific color of heather gray, like
Yeah.
the name.
It's this girl named Heather.
Yeah,
She's Sasha's sister.
she
She's
has
a
her
friend of
own.
mine.
She has
She's
her
a
own.
friend of mine. We're tight. We hang out
yeah.
on Tuesdays.
She has colors, but they're all like, interwoven with other colors. They're not pure.
Yeah. She sees in like this like haziness, and that's what it is.
So now we've invented a person.
Heather, yeah.
She's real, okay? She's real to me, and that's what
I
matters.
can make her real. Hold on.
Y'all weird posted this meme for us. I thought it was pretty good. You guys ever watch? Oh man, we should put some. What am I thinking? What's his name? Paul Stamets. We should put some clips of Paul Stamets up and talk about him a little bit because he breaks down the fungi. You see how I spelled it with a J? He breaks down the fungi ecosystem pretty well.
I've almost succeeded with what I'm distracted by. I'm almost there. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. Show my screen.
Well, hold on. I'm looking. I want to bring these fingernails up. Too,
Oh, when you're done, of course.
because this user over in the art layer, Jessica's been posting like at least weekly a bunch of different fingernail art and does a pretty good job. I haven't done any due diligence to see if that's a real person or not, but I'm assuming
I'm pretty sure it is. She posts pretty regularly, and it's always different, and there's always like a background that makes sense, and I think it's actually her.
I've seen that too. Like the background looks like it's from that. I think this is a reused photo, but then the nails are always different.
She's pretty good at what she does. I'll tell you that.
They look great. That's why I wanted to pull it up because like if you go to her profile, you can just scroll down and actually let me follow because those are good. She posts a lot of fingernail art. So I wanted to bring that up just to highlight.
I just remembered Bit by the Coin has new cookie stuff. But that was from like a few days ago.
Fingernails, man. So that's cool. What else did I put on here? Oh, I'm going to share your screen. That's right.
Yeah, for like
ready?
1 second. It's completely buffed up.
I don't have your screen up. You got to hit the share button.
Oh, that's right. I was booted out by Charles Manson's ghost. There we go. And boom.
There you. Oh, are you sure that's what you want to share?
It is 100%. It's
Okay,
relevant to the joke we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, I just saw the eyes.
It's fine. So this is Heather, by the way. We invented Heather a moment ago, and I decided she needed a face.
Oh,
so
this is the person that makes all the different heathered colors.
So this is a crazy. Just side note, complete segue. This is a crazy website called "This Person Does Not Exist."
Oh, you told me about that. That's right.
It's making AI generated people. Like this is not a real human. It's a bunch of photos mashed together to make a human.
So it takes like common traits of people and makes
you
a
get
person
great
out of
stuff
them?
like this. Yeah, it just takes like thousands of images and glues them together until you get a human.
No kidding.
I use it sometimes, just for if I need a picture of a person.
Well, that's cool.
Completely off topic, but there you go. There's Heather.
All right. Oh, there's my AOC photo. Scroll up. I love that photo of her.
What am I on?
There you
God.
go.
I haven't heard that name. I worked at Impact.
All right. What else did I want to bring up here? Oh, yeah. Rainmaker's got some cool stuff. I saw a post on Den about Rainmaker, and I wanted to pull that up as well. They're launching a coin with 2 eyes. If you notice, Rainmaker's with 2 eyes, so they got a theme going on there. But they have a cool thing where it's similar in concept to what our external advertising is like, where you can prove that you're the particular person who got these other particular people to click on your ad or your campaign or to look at your website, that kind of thing. So it takes the influencer concept to advertising, where like instead of right now, what happens is you pay people up front to do a thing as an influencer, and they promise X number of views from people on these platforms and a video that they make about it. And it's kind of a shit show, to be honest with you. And there's a lot of like problems in that influencer industry. What Rainmaker's doing is they're applying blockchain to it so that you can actually trace out, not in a way that collects people's personal data, but in a way that you can prove how much influence you had in a particular campaign, and then you get paid accordingly. And that's similar to what we do with external boosts, where let's say as an advertiser, you want to spend $500 to promote your show, or to promote your website or whatever. Well, you put that into Den, and then you make it an external boost. And now anybody who shares that with the share button, if they have a Den account, anybody who shares that, whether it's on Facebook or a text message or whatever, they actually get a slice of that advertising based on how they perform versus other people who have tried to share it. Like if you have a street team or something, you could use it for that. So Rainmaker's built on Dragon Chain, just like Den is built on Dragon Chain. And so they use the same tech underneath, and they've got some really cool stuff going. They got a, who's this? Alxons has posted some links. So I'd say go check out what they're doing. Coin, I don't think it's launched yet, but apparently it's on CMC already. Whatever that means, because as we saw yesterday, everybody was rich if they looked at CMC. John, you probably missed that one, but yesterday everybody thought they were rich for a second.
Which was
You were
awesome.
talking about it earlier, yeah.
There was a couple of posts on Den that I had to pull up here on that.
Oh, these
Here's
are great.
someone's trust wallet.
And all of a sudden they have $1 trillion.
They're like, oh my god.
Somebody must have cashed out. That'd be great.
Yep. In CoinMarketCap in real life. Thought that was great. So that was yesterday.
Yeah,
And that's
I
all
didn't
the
know
things that I
was
wanted to
this
hit.
morning.
Cool. So let me go back up to the top. I want to see what other comments are here. We did that.
So can you one second.
1 second? Okay, cool. So Street Meat had a question. What do you think is the best technique applying lore to LCP? Better to vote on the ones that look like they will win to generate matter and lore throughout the next month, or would it be better to just save the lore and load up on only layers I am most interested in, but risk not getting any lot for the month? What I would say there is if you're interested in a layer that is in the top 5 of either category, if it's like a layer that you see yourself participating in and wanting to put posts in, and specifically to like put the kinds of posts in that you might go back and edit later. For example, in Den, I have to pay like thousands of energy to go back and edit my original post because I don't have any lot in the Den layer, even though I do this show in the Den layer. So that's why I put a reply down here instead of adding it to the original post. So if you want to be able to do things like post something saying, hey, I'm going to be doing a thing in 2 days, just to get people commenting on it so that you have stuff to work with, but you then want to go back the day of and update it with like, okay, here's yada yada, you might want to put at least one lore in there, because if you have one lot, you can do free edits, and you can also vote. And more importantly, you can propose changes. So if you want to participate on a level that like you get to direct the trajectory of that layer, throw some lore in. If you're thinking that you're going to miss out on getting the rewards from owning a little bit of lot from every layer, I think it's a lot more realistic, and it's a lot more noticeable to have a lot of lot in a few layers. So I would still use some of your lore to get, a little bit of lot in things that you're interested in, but the stuff that you want to really be a part of and like, okay, these are some of the layers that I can see myself being in every day, every week, whatever. Concentrate into those, and what you'll see is that like your layer rewards, when you look at your payouts, you'll start seeing that you actually get a decent amount of rewards just for owning those lot. So that's, I guess, my answer to that. And I'll give an example. I want to look at the payouts real quick. If you go to daily payouts, you can see, and John, this is for you too, because I want you to get involved and start making some money. If you can see here, it gives you a daily payout breakdown. But if you click on a particular day, like yesterday, I can look and see what I earned. And let's see, I got a negative energy use reward. I think that means I went against consensus somewhere. I'm not sure. I have to look into that. But here are layer rewards. These are layers that I have some ownership in. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a gaming layer now. That must be where the negative came from. What the crap? How do I get negative matter? I'll have to go look at that. That might be a problem. We'll see. But these are my daily payouts from each layer. Now they're 1.2 and 0.4 and things like that. They're not a lot. But if I go into the outdoors layer and I start participating more than I have, as an owner, I get paid more if the layer is active, if the layer is healthy, if people are, generating matter inside that layer. That's how you increase your payouts. So focus into the ones. What I did is I just spread myself too thin, and I really need to go through all of these and make some changes, some proposals for some changes, update the art. Like size space, I hope they updated the art already. Outdoors, I know they wanted to update it, and I never got around to it because I'm just lazy. So yeah, the harder you work as a layer owner, the more reward you get from owning it. And you can go down, of course, and look at your post rewards and stuff too. And this, David, this is what we'll look at later, because we're going to be, and John, I think you said you were interested too, actually. We're going to be doing some more gaming stuff.
Cool.
And if you look at, nope. Is it in here? Nope. Go back. What day was it? Oh, it'll be right here. The 11th and 12th. That would have been, yeah, 11th and 12th. That's Saturday, Sunday. Friday, I posted a Cyberpunk video where I was just playing a video game and reacting to it and stuff like that. And so the next 2 days, I actually got rewarded. I clicked on something and it didn't go where I wanted it to go. Those last 2 days got rewarded for all that. No, I'm wrong. That's where it was supposed to go. So these are the post rewards Cyberpunk. So you can go and see what exactly happened in hindsight, to see if you could do better or worse, how many replies. So metrics are all here. I guess that's my point. But yeah, be a good owner and you'll make good rewards, basically. All right. So there's like mostly me having a monologue for a little while. Sorry if I went long on a couple of those.
That's good. That's why people watch this, for your long descriptions of things.
Great style. You got a great style. Great style, Gravity Crab.
And then we usually just fly off the rails into anything else anyways. What is this thing that you posted, actually? I didn't see the guy there.
This is the user who so I'm seeing that Ladazi joined, but they're not connected.
Oh, that's right. They were one to pop in.
So T.
Oh, that coffee's hitting it once, so like my focus is gone. I need to go load up on the new merch.
Sorry if coming on the show didn't work out. Looks like your mic isn't hooked up. If anybody wants to join, last call for that.
And to the person that didn't get to join, we can also try and like talk to them a little bit before the next show and see if they want to be on in the beginning of the next one, or even throughout it, or however you want to do the people we bring in.
John, what do you got over there? I see you working on something.
It's shared. I think it's important. I think it's what the world needs to see.
Yeah, let's bring it up. I'm going to bring it up.
So this is Heather.
Oh my God!
Outstanding. You made that just now? Masterpiece.
Yeah. I don't even have a mouse. But this is actually you thought you found Heather. This is actually what
I
Heather-
thought Heather was no longer ever going to be brought up again, but the fact that Heather is here, I think that should be become your wallpaper on your computer there for at least a week.
My wife would be disappointed.
John, you're welcome to make Heather join Den as a person, as a personality.
Heather, the person who invented Heather Gray.
Yeah.
Oh God, that could be kind of fun actually. Just have Heather do something for us. I'm not sure what.
On that note,
marketing
anybody
assistant.
who's listening, if you do want to have a parody account, there's no rules necessarily against having multiple accounts. You're just going to have to email and say, hey, I've got multiple accounts for this reason, because you'll probably get there's a system that looks for people spamming and having multiple accounts and things like that. So if you get caught up in that, if you find your account is locked after having both a John account and a Heather account, just let me know, or hit up the team and let them know that it's just a parody account. It's just a concept account, but you should do it. I mean, that is performance art in itself. I think
that the nose dot is what really brings it all together.
Heather.
Heather Gray.
Outstanding.
Well,
So
that was a coffee.
That was, and I've been pretty inspired this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else is going to vote on, what kind of layers come up. And I wanted to look through. You know what? We're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing the Den Gov call weekly now. So that's every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And the Gov call is literally a governance call. It's just, I say it's just, but it's the details on all the things that we're doing. Like, oh, you know what I didn't look at? It's stuff like, is it in the bottom here? Dave? Yes. Okay. So the governance call weekly will detail things like this. No, not that. Damn. Well, there's a proposal in the Den governance layer is what I was trying to bring up. And it says vote. There it is. So this is open for voting. If you have any Den governance lot, go vote on this. This is going to be the governance model for 22 and beyond, which is a separate animal entirely from the layer governance. So within the layers, if that sounds confusing, there's two governance things. Within the layer itself, that you manage your own community and you vote on your things and you make your own decisions and all of that. On Den itself, for the whole site wide, there's another governance system where everybody has a vote, and the vote depends on your reputation, if you're holding MTR from earning it, how much you've earned over the past quarter. There's a bunch of stuff in here. So we'll go through that tomorrow in more detail. And the Den governance call is where we specifically talk about those sort of business type decisions, right? Get community input. Anybody's welcome to come on and talk on that one as well. Yeah. And then besides that, we're doing World Blockchain every Thursday too. So we're talking about DAOs. Y'all know what a DAO is? A DAO?
Probably watch that one.
Like a rod, like a wooden rod.
No, it was a decentralized.
That's a DAO, I think.
Autonomous organization.
Okay.
There we go. David's got it.
Like the religion, like Taoism.
Kinda. Right now, DAOs are getting hot, and you could run a religion that way if you wanted to.
We should.
But basically, it's a way of.
Are you talking about Dow as in like the sound Homer Simpson makes when he touches something?
Yeah. Don't.
No, that's different.
All those things.
My
Homer
bad.
DAO. Homer Doe.
That's gonna be
Yeah, it's a decentralized autonomous organization, and Den is a version of that, where the company is owned by the community, right? And all of the NFTs we use for ownership, like for voting and things like that, those are ownership of a layer. And then with the site-wide governance, this is how we decide who owns and makes decisions on the company as a whole. So cool things in the US finally happening in crypto, because before it was like off limits to do anything like this in the US. But now you can actually, in Wyoming, there's a Wyoming DAO LLC as a business type that you can sign up for. And it's like Wyoming is totally on board with blockchain and Bitcoin and all that stuff. So you're starting to see things pop up. And I think next year is going to be a hot year for everything DAO related. Got another notification. John, you suck. Oh, that is you.
Oh, I was
Spicing
hoping
it up.
somebody was just yelling at us.
Oh, this is episode 2.
Oh, did I comment on the wrong one?
Yeah, that's all right.
I thought I pressed episode 8 or some
A
shit.
random a coffee episode from a long time ago gets one comment saying somebody sucks that's not even on it.
That's
Just
all right.
wanna
Because I went
make
down, I
sure.
was like, topics.
Perfect.
These are not the topics that we were on. But we should hit some of these again, because I hit some of them poorly. It would be good to hit them
Oh,
again.
this is from a long time. Yeah, that is from a while.
Yeah, for sure.
That's when I
Some
was
of
just
these
listening.
like Markdown I was talking about recently. And then like this is related to some of the posts that we've talked about today here. So I should actually go back and revisit some of these things that I didn't think I did a good job on and do them again.
We can always do like an episode where we do a recap of a lot of stuff. That's
Yeah,
what some
let's
of this
talk
was.
about that. And actually, like whoever's out there listening, what do you want us to do to make it more better? Oh, let's see. Ann Evans, good morning. Let's see. Get bashed with this. Good morning. You steal all my downvote rewards. Yeah, the downvote mechanism is a whole separate pool of money of rewards than the upvote mechanism. So
Hey,
if you're
downvoting is a good
too nice and you give people upvotes when maybe it's just because you like that person, you might be working against yourself, and you might be making more money if you objectively evaluate and downvote where it is appropriate. I think more people have been doing it just because I'm seeing less low effort stuff rise to the top, like was sort of a problem previously. And that's probably why Get Bashed doesn't get as many downvote rewards anymore, because more people are realizing, oh, I should use that, because you get paid out for it. Now, if you use it and downvote something that is actually good quality and everybody else goes in and upvotes it, you're not making money. You're actually ruining your reputation. And some layers won't let you even post in their layer without a good reputation. So it'll be interesting to see how all this works out, especially now that each layer can, like, as a republic, can decide, what the reputation should be to be allowed to post in there and stuff. Yeah. So that's an hour. Anybody have anything they want to shill? Anybody want to talk about projects you're doing? Anything that you want to shout out?
Let's see. I'm checking to see if any of the people that I look at regularly have anything nice to throw up on screen.
John, what about yourself?
Shout out to Heather Gray.
Heather Gray.
The OG, the originator of color that's hazy.
Hazy color, which we're still not sure what means, to be honest.
The originator of like what somebody would see if they were going blind slowly. Shout out to Heather, and shout out to your brother John Gray. Good movies. I'm a fan.
Yeah, Sasha too. The whole fam.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Her movies have been interesting for years.
Um,
She streams now. Is this like a literal Twitch streamer?
No,
Sasha.
I didn't
Gray.
know that.
Normal
Yeah,
stuff.
let's not get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not do that. That's a bad idea.
Anyway,
Cool. I want to plug this show. It's every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Or like I think 11 p.m. if you're in Tokyo, or maybe 2 p.m. if you're in UK. Off the top of my head, I need to get those clocks on my wall so I know what time it is everywhere. And I also wanted to plug World Blockchain Roundtable. I put a link to that layer at the bottom of this post. So if you look there, go into the World Blockchain Roundtable layer. We're doing DAOs tomorrow, decentralized autonomous organizations. We're going to talk a lot about that and see what people think about it. But if you go to the layer, you will see episode 30 here. Here's something that we could do on this show. Let me know what you think. What they do, what we do on World Blockchain is that before the show, people in the days leading up will post questions that they want us to talk about that are related to the topic that we have picked for that week. And then everyone votes on them, and we start from the top. At the beginning of the show, we start from the top and work our way down. Sometimes we get to like 3 questions because they go kind of long. And then sometimes we'll have like a lightning round to get the rest. But everybody who gets voted up far enough to have their question or their topic covered on the show gets lot ownership of the lair, which is effectively ownership of the show. And so that makes it to where the better the show does, the more passive income that you get as an owner. That also lets you vote on things like what the new topic should be for next week, what you want to talk about, and all that jazz.
That's really
and cool. More interestingly than that even is that the number of tokens you get, the number of lot you get, is it depends on how many views the video got. So it incentivizes people to share it around, because the more views it gets, the more lot they get issued to them. And that's the same for the hosts. We have different hosts every week. I'm hoping to get my internet friend Rory on tomorrow, and then he would get lore for hosting that week, depending on how many views that the show got and things like that. So that's a pretty interesting way to basically incentivize your audience to be ambassadors of your project, and then reward them for it as well, and give them actual ownership of it because they helped you build it after all. So that's an interesting format.
Do we get lot in Den because we're on this?
Nope. This show is still being made up as we go. So we could get lot in something, but I don't have any to give out.
We have a lair for that.
What I have thought about, though, is the gaming lair, for example. That'd be a great model for streaming. If we could have like some, even if it's not lot, if it's matter, right? Maybe we take, and we could do that here too, because I'm noticing some decent votes on the morning show here and some decent matter payouts. Like, for example, if I make $25 or $50 worth of matter on a show that depends on a community to participate, they should be rewarded, and I should probably incentivize them to keep doing what they're doing, because that's what we want. So we could do something like, I don't know, half of the matter that's generated from a particular show could be somehow like distributed to people somehow that participated, right? And that's something that we can come up on. We can have, later today we'll have a little business meeting about it, because we're going to meet about gaming anyway.
That sounds like a really good idea, to be able to sit there and tip people. I mean, we can just tip people out essentially based on their comments, and then everybody can get, well, for matter at least, if we were doing it that way.
We find some like fair way to account for, for the audience.
And the people here definitely chime in on that. If you've got an idea for a fair way to do that, throw it into the comments under here. We'll see it.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm thinking,
under this video.
Oh yeah. Not the DAO one, but the
you don't start throwing random Den coffee with Den stuff in there.
Yeah, episode 8. Throw it in here. Because like, think about one of the things we're talking about is civilization, right? Mm-hmm. John, Jared talked about wanting to do civilization games. What's your dog's name?
This is Minnie. She's the sweetest dog in the whole world.
Aww.
She loves me more than anything in the entire world. And she's the sweetest.
You could get some. Can I solo you? How do I do this?
Yep,
no, that's not what I wanted. Screen. That's me.
There's you.
Hi, Dave.
How do I pick John to be up there more?
You give me a rose.
Edit, kick. I can kick you out.
Don't kick me out.
Give
I'm
me
nice.
a rose.
Oh well.
Fucking dog. I
was gonna say though, you could scoop some rewards over on the Aw layer. Do you know we have one of those?
Picture of the dog. Oh no, that's a little spinny thing. I hope he didn't just kill his laptop.
Shout out to the Aw layer. If you got cute pets, throw it up here. There's also a pets layer. I don't want to forget the pets layer.
There's a pets layer too?
I think so. That was, the pets layer actually was before the Aw layer. Pets, yes. So pets layer and Aw layer are sort of sharing a crowd, right? I said I was going to end the show, and I'm just going on and on. Welcome back, John.
That's what we do.
My dog knocked over my computer. It was adorable.
It was great.
I mean, it was pretty good from our end too.
The Aw layer and the pets layer, we keep talking about we have planned a cross posting mechanic as well, so that you can, even if you didn't post it, you can see like, oh, this would do well also on this other layer, and it rewards people for cross posting where it matters, where it counts. So that'll be cool too, because that's an example of 2 layers that would share a lot of content and a lot of creators. So, John, I would say either the pets or the all layer would be a good spot to put that dog pic.
I'm gonna say awe just because it was a very cute dog.
Is there a place for me to put my picture of Heather? Maybe in like
There's
art,
a humor layer.
maybe in the
Even
art
the
layer.
bullet layer, we just throw
Or
it in
art.
there.
You could definitely do art.
Yes.
Or art or humor or both.
Turn Heather into an NFT.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'm searching for the all layer. All right, I subscribed to the pets one.
Okay. Yeah, all is listed under it's under A. It's right before B.
I don't. This sounds confusing. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
He was never good at finding books in the library as a kid either.
Oh, it's AWW.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, I did it. I have 8 million pictures of my dog.
All right, man.
My
Well,
phone.
you have some original content. When you do it, make sure that you tag it with, where is it? Original. So people know that it's original.
And then not safe for work. Because
I mean, depending.
these pictures are pretty damn cute. Just saying.
No, don't put anything weird in there, man. That's how you lose rep. You don't put something in there that ain't wanted. You went aw, not ew.
That would be a good layer. No, that's not. Let's not do that layer, please.
Yeah. And they see this is pretty decentralized. You know, this is the polar opposite of like the Gainesville layer, where only I own everything.
Oh, you're in there.
Yeah, looks like there's some users that must have they must not exist anymore. I don't know. They must have gotten out. Interesting. It still shows their Ethereum address. Interesting. But yeah, you can check and see who owns it by just opening up the details, and that's how you can see how many owners there are. And these are all the people that can vote on stuff and propose changes. And then you can open this button to buy some tokens for ownership. This is the other way. I didn't cover this, but you can go to OpenSea/collection/Den, and then you can actually see all of the different ownership tokens, and you can put in an offer on one if you want some, right? You'll see some of them are, let's see, has offers. On auction. No, new. Buy now. Okay, yeah, buy now. So you can see some of them that are up for sale already. Like if you wanted some politics layer so that you could vote in that, then there's a 50-pack for sale for a lot of money. I don't know if I'd pay that much for it personally.
A 50-pack. That's a good way to put it.
Oh, that's die. Oh, no. That's fine. That's $5. So I don't know if this person meant to put it up for sale for $5, $5 or 5 Ether, but there's a 50 lot for sale for $5.
What is it? OpenSea dot what?
.io.
Wait. Den.Social?
No, just OpenSea. Can you read the top? You probably can't read the top of my screen.
No, I got it. You're good.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
I probably not, but I'll figure it out later.
But yeah, so that's something to keep an eye on too,
Actually,
because
did
you'll
not know that you
see
could do that.
some good deals over on Opens. Yeah, you can just buy it and then you'll be an owner.
About that today,
It's
actually.
completely an
There's easier
open
ways to get in if you kind of just would like some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Psychedelic science.
Yeah. For $160, you could get 100 tokens. So here you go, John. You said you wanted to buy yourself some Christmas gifts, right? It might be a better idea, instead of opening a new layer, to find some that you would like to like barge in on unannounced, and then go to OpenSea, spend a few dollars on those tokens that are up for sale, and then you can barge in like you own the place, because you do.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get to Den. How do I find it?
Oh, the collection there?
Okay, and then type
This?
in
You talking about this? Look, if it's confusing, do this. Go to any layer. Just go home. Go to any layer. Like I'll pick outdoors, for example. And then go to layer information. And there's a button that says become an owner. And that'll send you right to where you want to go. If that makes sense.
Go to layer information. Become an owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at the top, so you're going to have just that layer you clicked on, but
Yeah.
right above that, you'll see Den-Lair ownership. That's the collection it's in.
Okay.
So if you want to look at
Introduce
all
yourself.
of them,
All right. These are
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Oh, if you
Random.
haven't done
All
that yet,
things
definitely introduce
cannabis.
yourself.
yep. And then the last thing you might want to do if you're actually shopping is you want to hit this buy now button to filter it by things that are actually on sale or
Right.
on auction also.
So if I want to make an offer, right? So I hit make an offer.
Yeah, you got your screen up?
Yeah.
Let's see. No, you don't.
Well, I have it up on my screen.
Oh, you're right. You get something in front of your face. Yeah. Let me follow along. So make an offer. Yeah. And then you would have, do you have MetaMask? Do you know anything about that?
So I hit MetaMask.
Yeah. Do you have that?
No.
Okay. So this is where, this is not the part that I normally show people because there's a learning curve. You have to know a little bit about cryptocurrency because you have to buy it with cryptocurrency. You can't just buy it with your credit card.
So, right. So I'm here at the Gainesville Lair looking at it.
Yeah. There's none for sale.
Yeah. But I can make an offer. I can make
Oh, yeah.
an offer.
You can make an offer and I can
Yeah.
package a certain amount of them. And that's I mean, honestly, that show in January, I was thinking about selling off some of the Gainesville Lair for fundraising to pay the artists more or to buy merch to sell and things like that. So that's a use case as well.
Right. So, right. So
But yeah, we can do another episode on, or actually keep going. Yeah. What's up?
Or we can do it. I'll be here next week and we can just talk about how John learns to sail the open seas.
Yeah, man, we can, I will sell you some dye or some ether so that and I'll show you how to use MetaMask. And then next week you'll be set up and it'll be like, oh yeah, I can just buy this, click, 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 boom, there she is.
Cool. We'll teach people a little intro, a little tutorial on how to buy the internet.
On how to, and then you know what? Who was it that said, oh shit! It was Brian Brooks in the house. He was talking about how this new evolution of the internet, where I think the analogy he made was Web 1 was kind of read only, like there's static pages up. You look at the internet. Web 2 was the interactive thing. You get Facebook out of Web 2, that kind of deal. But you couldn't own any of the internet. You could only participate in it. It was centralized by just a few companies. And now the decentralization effort of Web3 is literally like you own parts of the internet. And so where we are right now in this growth phase is people deciding where to stick their flags in the sand. You know what I mean? Like this is my, or maybe not sand. What's good to build on? Solid rock?
Not sand.
I built a castle that fell into the swamp. So I built another one and that fell into the swamp. So then I built a third castle that burned down, then fell into the swamp. But the fourth one stayed up.
Was this the most like in-depth Monty Python reference that
Yeah.
I'm like, I know where this is from. Is he really making a Monty Python
Yeah.
the Holy Grail reference right now?
Yeah, man. So yes.
It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, internet, you probably don't have any interest because you would have seen it by now.
But yeah, that's exactly what it is, John. It's owning part of the internet. The future of the internet is this decentralized internet. So everything's cheap right now because nobody even knows what's going on. There's like a very small percentage of people that exist that even realize that there's this whole blockchain cryptocurrency thing that's not just being talked about occasionally on the news with pictures of a chart going up and down, but actually being built out by engineers.
Being showed to be terrifying on the news,
or that, yeah,
kind of evil entity coming down, looking at you, Fox News.
Yeah. Oh no, you have self custody. Whatever will we do?
Oh no.
All right. So I do believe that that's going to be our Coffee with Den episode today. So big thanks to everyone who tuned in.
That was a fun morning. It was a blast today.
Any last minute outros that I need to make sure that I hit?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to drinking water. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
People don't do it enough.
I always have water on standby whenever I have coffee because one of them makes me thirsty and the other one hydrates me.
And then
I'll let you decide which is which.
last shout out. If you want, follow me on Den. But also, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna have a show tomorrow that's completely different than this. The Dave is on.
You know what? Let's put it on the Gainesville Lair.
All right.
And this is something I wanted to talk about anyway. Let's start monetizing that on Den, because we've worked out, like my thing that I started in Gainesville a year ago, and now I'm rebooting it, and it's like never the first version is never the same. Always like, what did you say? You said that to me. The first version is never the one, right?
Yeah, the first one you do is always the bad one. It's like pancakes. The first one fucking sucks. And then it never works, and then you do it again, and it's better.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do that on Den. Let's do Morning Dew on Den on the Gainesville Lair.
What kind of show is that?
It is a completely different animal. It's not a crypto, blockchain, any of that. It is a local Gainesville, Florida show. You should come on if you want.
Sounds fun.
Unless I don't know what time you start your shift or whatever. But we do that at 9. Yeah, we do it also at 9 o'clock. So yeah,
I could probably be on one of those.
We'll put it up. If it isn't live, we'll put it on in post. The recorded.
I could broadcast that from
over there,
literally a truck lot in the morning, like just sitting in my truck.
Sure. Yeah, we just hang out. We go do the trivia. We do what's going on in town. We do, Matt Fowler's going to be coming on later. We do a lot of bits.
Yeah. We play a fun game called What You Know, which is just I ask people questions about me, and if they know the answers, they get a prize.
All right. Well, that sounds interesting.
The cool thing that we could do on Den with that is we could actually tip people out for getting the right answer. If we do a trivia, like Justin does trivia quite a bit. And so if we can somehow, so the trick there is to figure out how to make sure they didn't just put in the answer after the show. Maybe the trivia, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll have to talk about that. But yeah, tomorrow, different show, 9 a.m. I'll be on. So this is like what I do now, apparently, right? So I've got a Wednesday morning, I've got a Thursday morning, I've got World Blockchain Thursday morning still at 11. I've got Thursday again. I've got Den Gov call. So I've got 3 calls tomorrow. 3 shows.
You are an internet personality now, Dave.
Didn't even mean to. But
no, I'm
no having
idea
fun
how
with
you
it.
got here.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I'm here. I was supposed to be on one episode, and now it's just my mornings on Wednesday.
I feel like I gotta shout out my other shit now too. Now that Dave just dropped all of his shows,
go for it. I'm gonna go look at my notifications while you're doing that.
I'm gonna be on I'm gonna be on an improv festival, WGIS, World's Greatest Improv School, on the 17th. It's gonna be a long bit show, a lot of funny stuff happening. You can usually catch me there Mondays doing improv. Online, it's pretty great. If you're in Edinburgh, come check me out at the Edinburgh Improv Festival the week of February 16th. I know that's a long ways away. What else?
February, you said?
Yeah, February. I'll be performing in Edinburgh.
What is Edinburgh? Is that a city?
Edinburgh. It's in Scotland.
You going over there?
Yeah, I'm going to Scotland doing some live improv.
How do you
I didn't know if you meant like
Edinburgh?
I do love me some improv, so I think I'll probably at least watch that.
Yeah. I've got a whole bunch of stuff online.
And you're funny. I'll give you that. Like, this has been a good time. Like,
I tried.
It's an improv festival? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Here we go. International Improv Festival. That's a Facebook page. Go away.
you.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. I never heard of it. That's great.
What's on in Edinburgh sounds better.
I guess I tried to put it in the chat here. Maybe I'll put it on something else.
Yeah.
But like I performed there a bunch. I don't know. Come back and see me Wednesday and I'll be more prepared.
That sounds great.
Here. Yeah.
Preparation. I'm never prepared, so don't feel bad.
That is
all right. Her paint. Are you pulling this up just because her paint picture is so much better than mine?
Light years past.
I'm pulling it up because this was when was this? This was on the 13th, so a couple of days ago. And then I said better than I could have done with the same tool, that's for sure. And then the response was prove it. So I guess I will. You should throw yours in there too. This is in the art layer.
I'm gonna go find it now.
Yeah. Do we have to?
You can throw yours in there.
Draw something for us.
I'm gonna draw, not live right now, no, but
Do it right now.
No, because
Go.
for the last 25 minutes, I've been saying, okay, this is the end of the show.
Oh, that's right. I have things to do today.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see everybody later. This was actually pretty good. I enjoyed this a lot. Thanks for coming on, John. And
I
I
think
do
you should
hope
come
that
back at some point if you're cool with that.
I'll be here every Wednesday that I'm alive.
Yeah, that's cool, actually. Well, I mean, that's not my choice, but either way, I like that. Also, I was going to give you a quick question about your name there. Genuinely, do you have a love for Taylor Swift, or is that a joke?
you should.
If you don't, you should.
If you want to find out the answer, tune in next week at what's the name of the show? Coffee with Denizens.
Episode 9.
Episode.
I have Taylor Swift records over there. Okay, like.
All right. Tune in next week for a Swifty episode.
Behind me, are those T Swift records or not?
I'm going to go with at least one of them is. We'll find out next week, though.
We'll find out next week on Coffee with Dan. And if you put the answer in the chat here, I may or may not read it. We'll see.
Find out. One way to find out.
Find out.
All right. Thanks again, guys. Have a good day, everyone. Or like I said, good night if you're on the other side of the world. And we'll catch up with you next week. See you on Den.
Have a
Bye.
great one as always.
Roles of a denizen. A content creator is a user that creates posts and is rewarded based on the quality of their content. A content evaluator is a user that helps assess the quality of content and enforces community standards. The evaluator is effectively taking part in a marketplace to curate content and is rewarded for early evaluation. A content consumer is a user that wishes to find and consume the most valuable content in a given subject area or within a community. A lair owner is a person holding tokenized ownership of all or part of a community lair. Owners are rewarded with a portion of all mining activity happening within their lair. Owners are incentivized to build the best community of content creators and evaluators.